Banks are paying a lot of attention to Ripple and XRP, and it's happening faster than most people thought. Banks are beginning to understand that Ripple's blockchain technology is very powerful and that XRP has the ability to completely change the way the world's financial system works. What does this mean for people who own XRP? What does it mean for the future of digital currencies? Ripple and XRP are no longer just niche goods for people who are interested in cryptocurrencies. They are quickly becoming important parts of the answer to a big problem that standard banks have been having for years: payments across borders. Now is a very important time to understand how things are changing if you have XRP or are thinking about buying. International money exchanges that are slow, expensive, and not very useful have been a problem for banks all over the world for a long time. The current systems are out of date because they need middlemen, different currencies, and a lot of time to process payments. This has given Ripple a huge chance to grow. Its XRP token, which provides liquidity for cross-border transactions, is a faster, cheaper, and safer option. With more and more agreements with big banks, Ripple's plan to use XRP to change the way people pay for things around the world is starting to take shape. The most exciting thing is that some of the biggest names in banks are starting to notice Ripple's technology. Companies in the financial world are no longer ignoring what Ripple has to offer. Instead, they are looking for ways to work together, seeing that they could make their processes better by making transactions go faster and cost less. Big banks are becoming interested in XRP, which is great for its growth because it means banks are starting to accept digital currencies and blockchain technology. Now is the time that XRP buyers have been waiting for. Ripple's hard work is paying off, and banks that used to ignore it are now beginning to pay attention. The change is already happening, and it could make a huge difference in how people pay for things around the world. In this change, Ripple and XRP are at the front lines, and their place in global finance is becoming clearer all the time. If you've been watching the rise of XRP, the news that banks are now taking Ripple seriously is a sign of a new era in the way money is transferred. What's great about it is that this is just the beginning. The banks are paying attention, and it looks like XRP has a bright future ahead of it. Ripple has had a slow but growing effect on the banking industry over the years. However, it's now impossible to skip over. Ripple's main goal has always been to change the way international payments are made, and their blockchain technology and XRP have been helping them do that. Moving money between countries has been a pain for banks and their users for a long time. Old systems are slow, expensive, and full of mistakes that waste time and money. All of these problems can be fixed with Ripple, which offers a faster, cheaper, and safer way to do things. Real-time settlement is possible with Ripple's blockchain technology. This means that transactions are finished almost quickly. This is very different from the old banking system, where sending money across borders can take days. Ripple's network also gets rid of the need for multiple middlemen, which makes transactions much cheaper. By doing this, companies and banks will no longer need to use slow and expensive middlemen to send money across countries. XRP, Ripple's own coin XRP, is an important part of this system because it provides liquidity, which lets banks move money more quickly and for less money. The most important thing to note is that Ripple has already teamed up with big banks all over the world. Ripple's technology for making payments across borders is already being used by Santander, PNC, and SBI Holdings, and every day more banks join. These partnerships make it clear that Ripple is taking the role of a major player in the world's banking system very seriously. Banks no longer see Ripple as a risky tool that they are testing out. Instead, they see it as a safe and quick way to bring their payment methods up to date. More and more banks are using Ripple's technology, which makes XRP's place in the financial world even stronger. Ripple's technology is being used more and more, which is great for Ripple but also very good for XRP. More banking institutions will use Ripple's network, which will make more people want to buy XRP. Since XRP is used for deals and liquidity, more people want to buy it. This could cause its value to rise over time. This rising integration into the banking system is a very good sign for people who are investing in XRP. It looks like XRP has a better future than ever as the financial world continues to use Ripple's solutions. It's kind of like Ripple's success is becoming a sign of the future of sending money. There's no doubt that Ripple is making a name for themselves in the financial world. They're solving a big problem for banks' slow and expensive cross-border payments. Ripple could become the main way that foreign money transfers are made in the future if banks keep realizing how valuable its technology and XRP are. This change is only starting, but it could have huge effects on the growth and use of XRP all over the world. People who own XRP are starting to see a very bright future. Why are banks moving to Ripple is the question everyone has now. What is it about Ripple and XRP that makes it so appealing to regular banks? The answer lies in the many problems banks have with sending money across borders and how Ripple's technology fixes them. First, let's talk about how cross-border payments work right now. Old-fashioned banking methods are slow and hard to use. There are usually a lot of people in the middle when a bank in one country wants to send money to a bank in another country. Each one adds fees and wait times. This makes the process expensive and slow as deals can take days to finish and fees can be high for both buyers and sellers. Inefficiencies like these are getting worse in a world economy that is becoming more and more linked. To stay competitive and serve their customers well, banks know they need a better way to do things. This is where Ripple comes in. Ripple has a blockchain-based system that can take care of real-time payments between countries. Instead of going through a lot of middlemen, Ripple's technology lets financial institutions settle payments directly with each other. This cuts the time and cost of sending money between countries by a huge amount. Ripple's network is built to be safe, quick, and very scalable so it can handle a lot of transfers at once without any problems. XRP, the local cryptocurrency which acts as a bridge currency, is very important in this case. Because it gives banking institutions cash, it's easy for them to send money to each other quickly and cheaply. Ripple is different from other solutions because it can work with current financial systems without any problems. Ripple's technology is designed to work with existing banking systems, so banks don't have to change everything about how they do business to use it. Ripple's blockchain can work with the systems and methods that a bank already has in place. That way banks can adopt more easily and without big problems. Ripple has also been working closely with regulatory groups to make sure that its solutions are in line with all of the world's financial rules. Because of this, banks and other financial institutions believe Ripple. Banks and other financial institutions are often hesitant to use new technologies because they are worried about security and compliance. It's clear that regular banks are starting to understand how important Ripple is because they are using it more and more.